Some tourists coming to the U.S. may soon need to present not just a passport, but 5 years of their social media history. And that's not all. Customs and Border Patrol protection could also ask visitors for addresses used over the last 10 years, plus names, birth dates, places of residence, and places of birth of parents, spouses, siblings, and children. Joining us, immigration attorney Allen Orr. Allen, is this going to happen at like the kiosk when you're coming in through an airport like JFK, or does it happen when you're applying for a visa?
So it could have happened in two different places because this applies to all tourists. So not just people who are applying for a visa, but also people who are showing up at a port of entry with something called ESTA. So first, that's going to be hard to accumulate that type of information. And there's this proportionality test about, is that really warranted for someone who's going to come to the United States for just 1 or 2 days or to see Mickey Mouse?
How do people prepare for that? I mean, 5 years of your social media history, what does that actually, logistically, how does that work?
So people aren't going to come. We're already experiencing a downturn in foreign students coming to the country. It's down 17%. Visitors are down at a record number for before. It's costing the United States economy around $21 billion. So people are going to choose other places and provide this type of personal information to the United States for them to use with their discretion. No one's going to open up their chest with all of their personal data, all their personal accounts, just so someone can say, may you come for 2 weeks to spend money in my country.
Do you have a sense of who they're actually targeting with this? Is it just an average tourist coming from Europe for a holiday vacation, or is it elsewhere that they're looking?
So first, this is just a proposed rule. So there's still time for industries to kick back and say within these 60 days to provide comments to change this in Congress to change these sort of rules. It will apply to everyone across the board because only during certain countries could be a problem. But what we most should know is that they already get the identifying information. This is a deeper dig. They not only want the identifying information, they also want the data. And that data gives them the discretion to be biased in some cases and perhaps to eliminate people off of things they may not even believe anymore, or they were just liking something or some family member put in their social media feed. It's a big erosion of sort of security. This can't be our front line of security.
Obviously, free speech doesn't apply to folks that aren't here. But are there any legal boundaries that this crosses?
So much like many Americans give up their private information all the time for 50 cents off a coupon, they provide it in. So when someone applies for a visa, it is a luxury, a privilege to come to this country. So by deciding to come, they're putting themselves subject to those rules. So the only repercussions they will have is to not come and for companies to then move all of their meetings and other things abroad. Mind you, this is right in front of FIFA, where we're going to have a large number of immigrants coming from around the world. And what are we going to do with all of this data?
Got it. Allen Orr, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.